Haha, what is up, guys? What is up? Getting a little late break today, but that doesn't matter because we're gonna go for a ride. And I got a special one for you today, guys, because gonna do something maybe a little bit crazy. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I am gonna spend the night on the trap line. I got a long ride. We're about halfway there now, probably 45 miles into it. Got another 20, 30 to go. And then there's a section I wanna check out past that I eventually wanna trap either a little bit this year maybe, or scout it for next year. I got the snowmobile, she's all fueled up. And I got the Brandon box, and I'm gonna sleep in the Brandon box tonight on the trap line. Now that's a little wild because it's cold. It's 8 degrees above zero right now. Last night got 4 below. They're talking like 7 below tonight, so it's usually colder than that. We'll see. But I want to challenge myself. I always like challenging myself and pushing the limits. So I'll show you what I brought. This, of course, is the Brandon box. And look at that, I brought trash. No, I didn't bring trash. I'm packing pretty light for this trip. This is a foam sleeping pad. This is another foam sleeping pad. I learned when I did this once before ice fishing that the only thing that bothered me and made me uncomfortable were the corrugated ridges in the bottom of the sled. So 2 pads ought to take care of that. I got a sleeping bag and pillow in there. I got my trapping stuff there. I got 2 or 3 traps and I got extra gasoline. So that's pretty much it back here for now in the Brandon box. And then in my snowmobile box, I have the goodies. So that stuff I think is packed pretty tight. I don't really want to unpack it now, but you're gonna see it all anyway on this trip. We got a long ride to go to get to these traps, and then I do want to set these other traps today, so I have a chance tonight of maybe catching some fur. Come along. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, and hopefully it works out. So let's go. The temp is dropping hard. All right, guys, we got a handful of traps to check on the way. Let's get them checked. Looks like nothing here. Good spot. We're on a little creek here. Looks like a decent travel way. I got 2 or 3 traps along this section here, and I know there's a fisher running around here. I saw him tracks real early in the season, so maybe on the next trap. Let's go. All right, I think we're home for the night. Oh, what a beautiful spot. I had a choice, lowland or highland, and I think this severe cold coming in tonight is gonna lay right down in those low valleys and lowlands, and I don't even think the creeks or streams are gonna keep you warm. So I opted for the high ground. We'll see. It's not supposed to be too windy, and that box does break the wind. That's the nice part. So I got a nice flat spot for it. These GoPros always show a little bit more light than there really is. I kind of have to keep moving before darkness. You know, I brought lights and everything. I'm all set that way, but I want to cook up some dinner and get my bed ready, get everything ready. I did not get those traps set. I did just a little bit too much exploring, a little bit too much driving, I think. Beard's froze up, yeah. And I'm seeing some tracks. It looks decent. I might set some tomorrow. I might not, we'll see. But I got to stay focused on tonight and driving some dinner into me and doing everything right so I don't mess up too bad. We'll see. I've been known to mess up before. Let's go. Of course, I had to pick the coldest night of the year to do this on. I didn't really pick it that way, but it's just the way it's working out. Let's get the bed made. First, I'm going to put down my bigger, thicker bedroll. This one's been pretty good to me. I've used this ice fishing a bunch. I think Teton Sports makes it. Not cheap, but it's been a decent one. It's lightweight and pretty good padding. Alright. And then this one is a little bit fluffier one. A little bit kind of like a giant comforter. Thickest comforter style. And I'll show you guys what that looks like. This box is just long enough for me, and it's not airtight, but I did bring a indoor-outdoor thermometer. I wish I had my good sleeping bag, but I sent it home with Donnie because I didn't think I was going to use it. But this one's not terrible. It's not a serious one, but I think I'll be all right. And I'll use my jacket as another blanket. But that's gonna be bed. Of course, just having this over the top of me helps a lot. It actually will hold in a decent amount of heat, having this cover on. All right. Well, that was the easiest making my bed I've done in a while. Now we're gonna do the good stuff. Time for dinner and see what goodies I brought, I guess. Put my ear flaps down. It is cold out here. What is the temp? 6 degrees right now and dropping. All right, so we got a drone. We got dinner, we got dessert, and we got breakfast. So breakfast, I'm gonna throw breakfast right in the sled now. That's gotta stay in there with us. Hopefully it'll stay thawed out. We got a book and a winter hat too, another winter hat. That's The Adventures of Lou and Charlie. It's a series by Maurice Decker that ran in Fur Fish and Game. It's just an awesome adventure series that I just love reading. So we'll throw that in there. I'll get these extra gloves and mittens out of the way. All right, and we're not building a fire tonight. We brought our own little cooking apparatus. We got the Coleman stove. We got a coffee percolator. And an all-around water boiler. That did not like the snowmobile ride too well. Alright, we need this. I'm going to be cooking on top of this, so I want to get everything out that I need right now. We'll have the light out. Fork. Matches. Got the glass piece. Alright, I think that's everything for tonight. Now we gotta get serious. These are serious matches here, survival matches. Zippo. She's still lit. All right. We got fire. Alright, we're gonna need some water, so best way is get some snow. Don't get the yellow snow. All right, for dinner tonight, we're gonna drive a piece of meat into us. There's just a little ham. They're easy enough. They heat up easy enough. They're already cooked. We're gonna throw that in there. Throw that in the cast iron. And for greens, we got some cut green beans. So take the label off, because that'll burn. Get the old can opener. Trusty Swiss Army knife. Don't need as much water in there as leave a little bit of water. Usually I'm quicker, but my hands are not working as good as normal. There we go. So we got some green beans. We're gonna put them right in the pan. Leave them in the can. And we got a fork in our pocket. Drive that snow down. That'll make some nice hot tea. Temperature is dropping fast. We're at 1 degree right now. Get back in there. Yeah, we're making some water. Takes quite a bit of snow to make a pot of water when it's this fluffy. When it's this cold and fluffy, the snow's not super wet. Yeah, I brought an indoor-outdoor thermometer. She's at negative 1.7 already out here. I don't know if that's gonna show up or not. It's falling fast. It might get a lot colder than I think tonight. But we're here. We're about 75, 80 miles from home right now. You know, if I get too cold in the night, I guess I could always jump in the snowmobile and head her home, but that don't mean you're gonna be any warmer. I think I'm gonna be fine, and I'll be all right. But driving this food into me will help. You know, throw a piece of meat in your belly always warms you up a little bit, and heat up some beans and drink some warm tea. I just dropped the top of this glass piece. I gotta find it. I don't know where it is, or else coffee in the morning is gonna be pretty sloppy, but that's all right. We can still make coffee in the morning one way or another, even if it's cowboy coffee. But of course it's a round glass piece and fell into the snow, I guess. Maybe when I was scooping up that snow, it fell in. It's good to have something to do. Beans might not get too warm, but that's all right. The ham will be nice and warm. Oh, there it is. Good. I found it. Yep, it was right where I was scooping. All right, that won't be a problem for coffee then. Boy, that ham smells good. I guess that one's a maple ham. I love it. It's probably done enough, but I want them beans to warm up a little bit more. They're doing okay. Yeah, we're at -2 already. It's gonna be a cold one. Man, that thing's dropping fast. Yeah, I wish I had my good sleeping bag, but I sent it home thinking I wouldn't need it. So I'll make do with that one, and this jacket will make another blanket. I'll open this up, and I'm gonna get down to like a base layer to sleep in. One thing that's really important is to bring your boots in. I learned that the hard way and left them out one day, and when I was sleeping in there, and they were frozen stiff and hard to even get on my feet in the morning. So I'll bring those in. I got my breakfast in there. The sausage can freeze, the eggs hopefully don't freeze, but if they freeze, that's all right too. And then I got coffee and all sorts of water on the ground. I just got to make it. And you know, I might even melt some water tonight too. Maybe I'll bring that hot frying pan into bed with me and throw it at the bottom of the sleeping bag, keep my feet warm. My buddy Don, he's 86 now. He said they used to heat up rocks when they were kids, and bring rocks to bed to keep them warm. And he did that till he was about 18. Then he decided he'd get married. So that's why he married Eleanor. He said, was she was a little bit better than a rock. If you know Don, you know he's always joking. All right, let's see if those beans heated up at all. They look, yeah, they're heated up. Not bad. So I'm at my warmest when I'm standing, kind of moving around, shaking around. So I'm gonna eat standing right up. You guys can see the whole process tonight, but Got the old Swiss Army. I haven't done too many animals with this. Bring you right in, show you what's going on here. You don't have to worry about scratching a pan when you got cast iron. That's a good sharp knife. And if I don't eat all that ham, guess what? It'll be pretty good in the morning too. All right, let's drive some of that into us. See how that heats up the belly. Oh yeah. That is good gear right there, guys. That will definitely fill the void, and that'll keep me warm for a little while. Definitely feel the warmth going all the way down into my belly. The beans, you can see them steaming a little bit from the top and bottom. That's good. That's good enough. I like green beans. From a can, they're not half bad either. And that maple and that ham sure is good. Holy crap. I could have brought some maple syrup, I guess, but you don't need it. I think it'll be about 10 degrees warmer in the box tonight. I'm hoping maybe 15 degrees warmer, but hoping ain't gonna keep you warm. The coldest I think I've slept outside, well, the coldest I ever slept winter ice camping was, my thing stopped working I think at 41 below zero, so we're thinking it might have got near 45, which I think propane freezes right handy to 45. But I'm usually pretty good right up to about 8 degrees without any heat, 8 below zero without any heat. And we're gonna be pushing it tonight, I guess. It was already 2 below, I don't know what it is now. We're already at 3.8 below zero. That's not good. She's gonna be a cold one. And I am far from home. But worst comes to worst, I could always start a fire too, but I think I'll be all right. What do you guys think? I don't think I'm gonna even eat them tonight because that ham's really doing a good job in the belly, but in case I wanted dessert, I brought a can full of sliced peaches in extra heavy syrup. So it might not freeze. It might. But I was gonna eat that for dessert, but I think I'm all set. I'm not even gonna eat that probably tonight. That might be a good one to eat like halfway home tomorrow on the ride home if I set some traps, or maybe just halfway, you know, get up, make some breakfast and do some exploring, and then on the ride home pull over and eat those with a hot cup of coffee. That sounds pretty good. Ham like that's about the easiest meal you could ever make or pack, or I mean, it's already cooked. You basically just heat it up. You don't have to bring any oil or butter or anything, or even salt or pepper or anything. It's already tastes good. You could pack about 20 of them pretty easy. It sure is pretty nice. Couple more bites of that ham. That's pretty good too. Green bean tea. One of the most important things to bring for a night like this is a pecan. Not a pecan or a pecan, an actual pecan. Because you cannot afford to lose your heat. And I gotta pee usually in the night at least once. And you cannot afford to lose that heat because you don't get it back too easy. Any heat that you make in that sleeping bag and in your bedding, you gotta keep in there. So by far one of the most important things. There ain't no getting up to pee in the middle of the night. Sorry if you didn't want to hear that, but you did. I pretty much tell all on this channel. All I really need is hot water right now. I don't even have to have flavor. Yeah, that'll do me just good. And I think I'm gonna fill this up. I don't care if it freezes overnight, which it will, because, well, you know what? It'll probably be easier in the morning. Just throwing snow in there for coffee. Oh, that's perfect. I kind of want to get into bed pretty quick because the temp is dropping. She is dropping like a prom dress. What are we at? We're at negative 4.8 right now. I think it's hard to read. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Negative 4. Not sure what the bottom's going to be. They said 7 below, and man, the way she's dropping, and when you're out in the woods, it's always way colder. They say like 5 to 7 below, usually add them together. All right, that's going to do it. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to leave this set right up. This thing, I got indoor, outdoor thermometer. I'll bring that to bed with me just so I know what it is. The indoor doesn't really work if it's under, I think, 30. So there's no way the indoor is going to work. What do we got to do out here? Pretty much nothing out here. So we're good to go there. I'm going to climb into bed, guys. I'm going to set you guys up out here with a battery. The batteries on these GoPros don't last much more than like 20 minutes anyway. So I'm going to climb in there and just let this battery die. We're going in with boots and everything, and then I'll strip my boots and do my jacket bibs when I get in there. Come on, leg work. All right, that's gonna do it for tonight, guys. I'll see you guys in the morning. Stay warm wherever you are. All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. That was a rough one last night. The coldest I saw on the thermometer was 8 below. And I think it probably dropped from there. I got to a point where I just stopped checking it. It was pretty loud. The trees last night were freezing like crazy. I think it's like the fir trees or anything holding sap would freeze and just pop and crack, and it was wicked loud. Kind of woke me up a few times, and then at some point in the night I woke up with my ears ringing. And usually, you know, at below 0 or 8 below 0, that'll happen. It's like a gunshot, you know, how they ring after you hear something loud. So they were ringing for quite a while. And then I stopped hearing the trees at least. But it was cold. This is the first time I ever slept with my boots on that I could remember, you know, for a full night. I got my boots on. I got all my clothes still on. And I did all right, though. I stayed warm enough. But it's light out now. I actually woke up a little bit before this. Got a fresh battery in the camera and been reading my book a little bit. Got still full from last night's dinner. That ham and green beans went pretty well. So Probably not going to do any breakfast this morning, but I got to have some hot coffee to start and warm up the veins, warm up the blood a little bit. Blood's going cold on me. So we're going to get up. We're going to brave it. It is 6 below right now. It's still 6 below zero right now. So we're going to go brave it and get some coffee going. I'm sure whatever I boiled down for snow last night froze in the pot. I could hear like the metal like freezing and changing out there during the night. So that's probably frozen. We got to melt down some snow for coffee and then perk some coffee. And then we're going to get on the trail and maybe set these traps. But we got some other traps to check. So we got to go down a side road like a 20 miles down to the side. So I'll probably dump this trailer off when I hit that and then run those with just the snowmobile and then pick up the trailer and finish running the line for today. And that should do it for today. Let's get this coffee going. I could use it. Well, at least the sun's shining. That's a good thing. A little bit different getting out of bed in the morning like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, I thought she might have froze up. Yeah, that froze with violence. I got a feeling this coffee's gonna take quite a while. All right, let me set you guys up. These Zippo matches are something else, I'll tell you that. They are no joke. Serious survival matches. One of my viewers sent me this from, I think he's from Massachusetts. Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right, we're lit. I think I'm just gonna do the one side today. Looks like my peaches froze. Well, that'll be a minute melting down. I'm gonna get my bedding put up and get everything ready to hit the trail. Still got a pretty good chunk of ice in there. I'm gonna melt that down and get that coffee. I got a lot to do today. I know I could build a fire and do this over a fire, but that's take a long time. Bringing this little propane stove, I think, was the deal because it kept me from messing around too much today. So I got a lot to do today, checking those traps, and I got these 3 sets I could put in out here. I don't know how many miles I got to go back to get to my trap line that I already have set up, but that's the plan for today, is go hit that, and then it's several offshoots from the trail that I took to get here, so we're going to be running off to the side a lot. Now some of these traps have been out all year. Some of them have made good catches already. There's a few that haven't done any catches, and then I did set some new ones 4 or 5 days ago that are going to be first check on those, so that'll be kind of interesting on those. What we're after are marten and fisher, and we'll take any weasels we get to. But I need a marten. One of the subscribers had requested a marten to get to the taxidermist, so hopefully we're gonna catch another marten, a good size one, and I'll get that over to Jeff at Peak Taxidermy for the viewer. And if any of you guys want any furs from this strap line, from this channel, shoot me an email. I'll put it in the description section, and we can go from there. What I'm going to do is at the end of the season, I'm going to ship out as many that people want to buy, and then ones for Donnie and for the camp. And we're going to ship those out to a professional tannery, and then when we get those back, we'll ship them out to you guys. Sounds like we're cooking with gas over here now. We still got a pretty good chunk of ice in here. Maybe I shouldn't have left that chunk of ice. I didn't know if that was a good idea or not. Probably wasn't. Well, let's see if the snowmobile starts. She is freaking cold. I've never had a problem with this thing. The best start I ever had with this thing was when it was 40 below zero. So you can preheat it, I guess, by just pushing that button once, and it kind of gets the fuel pump going. And how awesome is that? That's why I love this machine, guys. And she's smoking pretty good. And that's why I will always run a good machine like this, because I can't frig around up here. I got to take it pretty serious with the serious conditions. All right, I think I can get my coffee ready now. Yeah, your little perk pot. And we're gonna fill that up pretty good. I don't mind some good strong coffee this morning. So what are we drinking today? Today we're drinking some mainly coffee. This is the 9 Mile blend. 9 Mile and the Maine Woods, Corey from the Maine Woods YouTube channel. That's his flavor right there. So it's pretty good. It's a little mild like he is. You know, it's not super strong and robust like I am. It's more mild and it's not weak, you know, but it's a good blend. And this one is a percolator blend. It's a little bit bigger grind, I think, on it, so that doesn't go through. But there we go. Pretty pumped about that. This stuff is a company right here in Maine. I heard they're from Millinocket. I haven't met them yet, but someday I'll meet them. So we're good to go there. We're gonna dump that right in. If we can get by the ice, yeah, we're good. My buddy Kenny got me this coffee pot. I love it. It's a really good one. It's a metal, like ceramic looking paint on it, and it's got the glass viewing thing, which I like the most. So, and it doesn't get too many grinds in the coffee. Still got some ice in there. Won't be too much longer, guys. We're gonna be ice fishing, and I gotta decide how much ice fishing I want to do, and if I want to do some beaver trapping or shed antler hunting or what I want to do for the winter. But I know a lot of you guys love the ice fishing stuff and the winter camping stuff, and I love doing that stuff. I'm excited to get out and do it again. Last year was a really rough year with the ice. Even up north, it was hard to plan trips to get up north and do some winter ice camping. I always like to hit Chamberlain and in that region and some other lakes north of that. But I'm hoping to maybe get an ice fishing trip out of camp this year, and I'm also hoping to get up north and do some cool winter ice camping. I got one trip, man. If I could pull that off, I think it's going to be epic. It's something I'm really excited about. I don't want to say anything until it happens. So if I can pull that off, it's going to be one of my better trips, and I might be able to get Corey out on a few, and of course the whole crowd that you guys have seen. I know you guys like seeing me do it alone a lot, and I love being alone, but I also have some of the best friends in the world too, and we'll get Dudley out, we'll get Pat out, and some of the other guys that like to do some winter ice camping too. I can't even tell you guys how much I'm looking forward to that cup of coffee. The only bad part is all I got is my plastic drinking vessel from the Stanley thermos, but I've drank a lot of coffee out of that. I like to have something ceramic, but I didn't dare bring anything ceramic because I figured there was no way it was not going to be broken by the time I got it to the coffee. Now she's perking. We're going to turn her down. We are perking now, guys. Oh, I can smell it. It smells good. As cold as it is, I'm not hungry, you know, and having that nice chunk of meat last night and some green beans still sitting in the belly pretty good. And honest, I don't want to have to squat in the woods right off, so I don't want to push anything more into the tube. All right, I'm gonna try a little bit of this in my green bean cup. Just because I know it'll cool down quicker. It'll cool down quick enough for me to drink it. It's hot, but I want to drive it right into me. I could put a little snow in there, I guess. Ooh, that's hot. I just want to drive that coffee into me, but I work so hard to heat it up that it's so freaking hot. So I'm gonna put it in that can because it'll cool off the quickest, and then I set that can in the snow and it's been slowly sinking. Let's see how the temp is now. Okay, yeah, that might be drivable temp. Yeah, it's still pretty hot. That's more like it. It didn't even taste like green beans. All right, I think that's perked enough. We're gonna kill that. Make sure our gas is off. I'm gonna pour me a cup for the Stanley thermos, and then I'm gonna pour the rest in the thermos. That's the cup for now. And then I love having coffee on the trap line, especially after a catch. It's like a celebratory drink for me. We got traps, rabbits. Ooh, we got activity. Sweet. Nice. All right, got a martin. Nice. Beauty. All right, battery change. Always happens when you want. All right, we got a nice martin, guys. Pretty pale one. Definitely gonna be frozen after the last 2 nights. That'll fit this box. We're gonna put that in there and take the other one because that martin is frozen in there. It crushed his skull right away. It's brutal, but it's a great kill when you kill them that quick. That's kind of what we're after here. So we're gonna reset this with a different trap and take that whole trap home with the martin in it. All right, nice catch right there, guys. Got him good across the face, across the head. We'll thaw that baby out and get him out of that trap tonight, or tomorrow maybe. Might take a while to thaw out. All right, let's go, guys. A couple more to check. All right, made it back, guys. I'm stoked to be back at camp. I'm gonna get this wood stove cranking, warm it back up in here, and work on some editing and some work on maybe, I don't know what else. I gotta work on something. But appreciate all the support. Wow, look at that beard.